Today I effed by pranking my son. I feel like I'm a pretty cool dad. I wouldn't say I'm anything special, but I'm super easygoing, supportive and encouraging towards my teen boys. For the last few years, Josh, my youngest now 14, has been playing pranks and jokes on me, and editing the videos and my responses to show his friends. He's even put some on YouTube, but they've never really taken off to the extent that he had hoped. Everything has been fairly harmless and I've never had an issue being the brunt of his pranks. I have though, been secretly plotting my revenge. About 6 months ago, I contacted a TV network in my home country, who put me in touch with the producers of a popular prank show aimed at kids. After much back and forth and a few telephone calls, the producers agreed that they would help me take my revenge on Josh in an elaborate to-be-broadcasted prank that would see him, finally, as the protagonist. My eldest boy, Blake, 15, was in on the prank and was to play a part, alongside some actors that the show was going to provide. 2 days ago, one day before the intended prank, and whilst Josh was staying at a friend's house, the TV producers and crew came to my house to set up all of their equipment. Hidden cameras and props, for what was to be a home haunting special for their Halloween broadcast. The episode will never be broadcast. Both Josh and his friend, who was also not in on the intended prank, came home none the wiser and spent the early afternoon on the Xbox in his room. As prank time approached, I made the excuse of having to go and pick up some takeaway, and it was during this time that the haunting was due to take place. I drove my car to the next street, pulled up and was invited into the makeshift producer's gallery, in a temporary building on a neighbor's property. Immediately, the crew sprang into action, rolling their cameras and coordinating their actors, my other son Blake, and their crew on their radios. I was paying attention to the presenter, who was being filmed, alongside me, observing the prank that was about to unfold, when all of a sudden I heard the words, "Terminate, terminate, terminate," screamed from the seat beside me. I thought that this was part of the show and giggled with delight as I took my attention off of the presenter and faced the camera monitors next to me to watch the prank begin. To my absolute shock, the hidden cameras at home were showing my son and his friend engaged in oral sex. I froze up for a moment, processed what was going on and ran back to the house, where I was forced to intervene and tell Josh everything that was happening. I have never seen my kid so absolutely horrified in his life. He went pale, vomited everywhere and cried uncontrollably for about 2 hours. His friend was equally distraught and I done my best to keep them as calm as possible, whilst I tried to work out what to do. I'm still not sure that I have done the right thing. I booked a hotel, and took both my kids there, and left the TV crew, under my neighbor's supervision, to pack everything up. I dropped Josh's friend to his house, but have not yet discussed the matter with his parents, though they are aware something went wrong during the filming of the show, but that everyone was okay. I am still at the hotel tonight with both the boys, and I have not heard from the producers yet. Josh hasn't really spoken to me or opened up all day, and I'm not sure how to approach the subject, other than with apologies and support. I am 90% sure that Blake has told his friends even though he says he hasn't. Today I effed up. Relevant comments. Man, your kid sure knows how to turn a prank back around on the instigator. OP replied. If I wasn't feeling so terrible, I'd be laughing historically at this comment. Thanks, I needed that right now. Comment. Yeah, you need to let him calm down first before you come to him and tell him it was literally just going to be a harmless prank and the whole situation turned out to be bad timing. I'm sure he'll understand, but you need to make sure you let him know you did not plan to make him feel uncomfortable or expose him in any sort of way. Also, I couldn't tell if this friend was male or not. If he is male, you need to make sure as well that you support him and make it clear you did not intend to out him if he wasn't out of the closet yet. To both boys. If parents of the friend don't know about friend sexuality, do not tell them. That is not your place. Do not put that friend in a position where he will be forced to come out. This is a real bad case of wrong place, wrong time. Be there for your sons and let him know you didn't intend to hurt or embarrass him in any way, and let him know the full plan of the prank. Once you explain it, I'm sure he'll understand there was no ill intentions. Sorry this happened, bud. Assuming of course that this is real. OP replies. My eldest son is going to go to his aunt's house tomorrow and I am going to spend the day with Josh, reassuring him that everything is okay, and pretty much everything that you have already said above. I do feel like I need to chat to Josh's mate's parents, and I am not sure of any legal issues that may arise from the incident being filmed. I have taken emergency holiday from work and may need to consult legal advice, though absolutely Josh and Blake are my priority. Update 2 years later. A few weeks ago it was my son's 16th birthday, and, as expected, he pranked me. Nothing as tortuous as I did to him, however I think it's safe to say the prank war is over. He uploads his pranks to TikTok, so I won't spoil it, perhaps you'll see it there. I'll answer a few questions that were in my inbox as a way of updating. If anyone has anything else they'd like to ask, I'll attempt to answer them here. What happened to the video footage? The digital footage that was recorded by the production company was deleted under the supervision of an off-duty magistrate. I was not present at the time. What happened to Josh's friend? After speaking to his friend, I had to tell his parents what happened. I did this before the production company were obliged to. Mostly his parents were confused and angry at me. Josh's friend and his family spent a lot of time with a counselor provided by and paid for by the production company. What was the name of the TV show? For legal reasons, and to protect my family's privacy, I don't wish to give the name of the show. How has your relationship with your sons been affected? I think overall very positively. We are a very tight-knit family, that support each other, listen to one another and genuinely care for and appreciate each other's failures and successes. Sometimes Blake makes jokes at Josh about what happened on the rare occasion they argue, and every now and then there's a fire to put out. How did the TV company support you? The production company offered counseling, therapy, accepted all legal and production costs and offered my family a trip to Universal in the US. I haven't spoken to the production company for over 18 months. Did I ever prank Josh again? I've been on the receiving end of pranks for a couple of years and haven't pranked him back. Quite honestly, I've been scared too. Because I haven't done anything back to him, Josh thinks I'm planning something big. Blake, inappropriately, taunts Josh with wisecracks that I'm planning on interrupting his wedding night with a whole movie crew. Doors get very loudly knocked in my house. Relevant comments. This is hilarious. Thank you for being a good parent. I feel like so many parents would have messed up and shamed their kid for engaging in oral sex and completely traumatized them. OP replies. Absolutely, I'd never shame my children for their choices in life. Though we may have shared some experiences together, I've not lived their lives or felt what they have inside to be able to know what they do in certain situations, and could never fault them for how they feel or what they do. I just love them so much. I hope they achieve their dreams,